Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name's TheoAPL and in this video, as you can see in the title, it's the first part of the Rift tutorial series I'm going to be starting. On my last video, if you've seen it, it didn't have this much on the screen because usually I've got it to the left and right screens, which you can't actually see because if I record all three it makes the video too wide and it looks really weird. But in this episode I'm just going to be showing you the sort of starter area. I've actually made a Defiant character. There's two races, well, two sides even. There's Guardian, which consists of Mathosian, which are humans, dwarfs and elves, and there is Defiant, which are Eth and two other things I can't remember the name of. The game Rift was actually released over 2 years ago, which I think it was, I don't think it's been out, yeah it has, in March 2011. And I'm currently playing with the expansion called Storm Legion, which was released in November 2012, which brought the level cap from 50 to 60, and with it came new talent zones and quests, as everyone would usually expect from a new game expansion. But I'm going to focus now on the actual meaning of this video, and that is a tutorial to anybody new who's planning on joining Rift or has joined but just doesn't know where to start or what to do. But I have made this character, which is a Earth rogue, and I've chosen the talent tree assassin, which when you're creating your character now, there's a lot of different things you can do. I'm going to do that in a different video because it will just take forever. But one of them is you can choose what 3 talents you have, and I've done it, and now whenever I level up I'll get points and it can auto put them into wherever it should be for me to save me the hassle. I've actually got mail because I've got loads of things from having the collector's edition of Rift and pre-ordering it and getting the collector's edition of the new expansion, but I'm just going to ignore that and carry on with the game.
Welcome back to
sorry, every time I do something it's appearing on my left screen, so I'm having to drag it over. But as you can see, it's like most MMOs are. You go in straight away, you have an NPC greets you and gives you a quest, and then I'm using the normal WSD. I can use that for moving, but I'm using my mouse. And as you see, the scenery and graphics on this game is just amazing. I mean, you're in the starter area and look at this, it's just great. I think that's fireballs coming from the sky, there's stuff flying over there, there's this constant battle going on at the front, and as you can see already we've been put on our first quest. So the game is it's hard to explain how the combat system works. It's like any other MMO, how you'd expect it. This game gets compared a lot to World of Warcraft, as most MMOs do. I haven't got anything against any of the games in specific, but the only problem I have with World of Warcraft compared to this game is that the graphics. I mean, since playing Rift, I struggled to log back into World of Warcraft and play for a good few hours like I used to be able to. Now I just play Rift a lot more because I like the graphics, the scenery, the storyline, the quests and stuff. But I haven't got anything against World of Warcraft, it's just I prefer this game at the moment. But for this quest, you just have to kill 4 of these, I can't even say it, Talaran husks, I think that's how you say it. And I'm using just my number 1 ability because you just start with 1 ability as you do in most games. But in this tutorial I'm going to be bringing you through, I don't know, I might bring you through a couple levels or just a few quests. I don't want to make it too long because this isn't actually like a character I'm going to keep forever, or I might keep it just for this series and just keep the series evolving around it, but we'll see. But I'm just going to get this quest done quickly so I can hand it in and show you how the talent system works when you level up. So right, let's go around this quest in now. We've done it 4 out of 4. It's like a blue circle with a white tick, and that is a quest done. You can hand it in. So right, as you can see I've leveled up. There we go. It says in chat, congratulations, you've reached level 2. If we open this, as you can see I've got a button here, click it says spend all, and you can see I've got 1 point remaining to spend. If I click it myself or click something else myself, it will say this could affect the auto thing, so I just usually click spend all and it does it for you. When you learn a new spell, this comes up at the side of your screen. As I've said before, it's all coming up on my left screen, so I'm dragging it over, and you can just drag it over and it says it's a finisher, which I can use these combo points I've been gaining for. So now we've been put on to, I think it's our second actual outdoor quest. We had the first one which led us out, the one I just had to kill people, and now this one where I have to activate defense consoles to destroy the undead. And the thing that I like about Rift as well is the quests. I mean, you obviously get the same type of quests where it says go do this and then come back, or go kill a certain amount of these and come back, or loot something. But it's sort of different in this game. It's like, on most games, it's like the first sort of quest you do, like I just did, it says kill this, and that's what you do on most things. But you get in depth with quests really quickly on this game, and I'm just going to have to completely change my key bindings because this is really annoying me. Auto run, strafe left, strafe right. There we go. Right, as I was saying, with quests you get in depth in this game really quickly. In this zone I'm actually in, it's just a starter zone. You're usually here till around level 7 or so, where at the end you'll actually fight against a rift, which is the leader of the leader of the game who's attacking, called Regulos, and you have to defend. And then after the rift you go for a sort of time travel portal, go back to many hundreds of years ago. I don't know the lore exactly, and you have to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. So that's basically what this zone is, and then you actually get led on to the real world. I think it's called is it Mythosia? I think it's Mythosia. And that's really how this zone is. That's what this zone is, and I've never actually tried to get out of the zone. I don't think it's possible, but I don't intend to try it either, to be honest. But on my channel, I'm going to be focusing mainly on Rift. I will do other games sometime in the future probably, but I just want to get started with Rift first, and I thought why not start with helping people that are joining new, because I've seen a lot of new people joining, and there's been that thing where you can play for free up to level 20. I don't know if it's still out. I don't know if it was just a weekend thing, but I'm sure I think it's constant. I have no idea, but it's like World of Warcraft do it as well. You can play for free until level 20 and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend trying it out. Like, don't read a book by its cover. You should always try out a game before rating it. And I've leveled up again. This time I got 2 points. So when I actually spend one in Assassin, it'll put one in Riftstalker as well. That's what I like about this game. You can have 3 talents at the same time, and you can have 6 sets of 3. So there's really a lot of stuff you can do with talents. Most characters are unique, but if you just follow this spend all thing, you're obviously going to be the same as other people. It just depends on how you actually play the game. But we've now been led on to the second quest hub of the area. This is where we've come, and there's like, you got the vendors, you got healer, which is for when you die you can heal the durability and stuff, and obviously the quests to lead you on to keep going through the area. I'm just going to drag my bag over. There we go. Put all these on, which I've been getting from my quests. There is stuff coming out, and as you can see, it's been going off the screen. But when you've got it, it will sort of go like this. Like if I bring it here, it'll be that. But it'll be around here-ish. But because I've got 3 screens, it goes off a bit. But it doesn't matter. So now we've been put onto the next quest, which is paving. I don't know, is that paving the way? Where I've got to kill 4 of these tall dudes. So obviously, like I said, the quests are, you know, kill this, loot that, do this. But what I learned while playing this game and going through the quests is that if you follow the story, actually, like in most MMOs, you follow a story, and not many people. There is some people obviously read. Oh, I didn't mean to attack that. They obviously read, you know, every single quest log to see what's going on and read up the lore and the world that you're in, and it can really show you why you're doing the quest and what's going on and stuff like that. But I used to do it when I first started playing, but since I've learned it now, I just sort of bypass it. Obviously, when you're playing, if it's like your first time and you want to know about what's going on or why you have to kill 4 of these things that I'm killing now, you can obviously read the quest log and things like that. But hang on, give me this kill. But it depends on your play style. But with Rift, it's literally, I can't think of what to say. I can't compare it to anything because it's like any MMO you'd expect. Although it's different in a way. I mean, I played Rift for the first time back in 2011 when the pre-release was out, and I can't remember if it was a few day pre-release or a few week. I can't remember. It was over 2 years ago, and then I played for about a month, 2 months after that of the actual game being released. Then I stopped and I joined about a month ago again, and I decided now that I want to do something to do with it on YouTube because I've seen a lot of players coming back since the new expansion, so I thought if there's going to be anyone new, I could start this new tutorial guide and things like that and get a channel going, so people can be like, if they need to know something about Rift, this can be the channel for them to look at, or something like that, something along the lines of that even. But I just thought one of the best ways to start would be a tutorial to help people get started in the game. I mean, it's not a tutorial where I'm going to talk about all the game in detail, it's literally just a tutorial to show you the game at the start, like to show you how the game works, how the combat system is, what the scenery and graphics are like. Pretty much everything you need to see about an MMO can be seen in the beginning. Obviously you're always going to have that end-game content that you can't see until you are cap level, or those certain dungeons or heroic dungeons or quests or something you won't see, and obviously it gets better in the game, but that's the joy of unlocking the game and actually buying it and getting the expansions that come out and stuff like that. Actually lets you see more stuff like that, and I hope in the future be able to show you that on video, and hope that anyone watching this video might be convinced enough to actually try out the game and get it themselves. So with this quest, as you can see, this is the first quest on this character where I've actually been given an item to use, and I've had to use it to kill 3 of those weird people, the Guardian Zealots, however you say it. And I think when I first did it, I thought, yeah, I just have to kill 3 of them and come back. But no, I ran all the way back for the first time. Then it said, oh, I have to come back and charge this power cell and then kill Frederick the Betrayer. And I mean, you can listen to the lore he says and all that, but I tend to just wait till he spawns and then kill him and then run back and get my reward. When I first played, I loved it. I loved reading and finding out everything. Thanks to that player. But actually, if you noticed, that just come into mind actually. You see this thing here above this player is public group 1. Remember, if I click that, I actually get placed in a pie with that player, and you can set if people can do that with you, like public group, you can make it public or private, and that's actually really good for stuff like natural spawns or rifts or something like that, where you can just all join together in a big group of random players, meet new friends, and defeat stuff that obviously spawns in the world. And there's a lot of people that have been going in game, oh my god, why are there so many rifts? And it just like, have you seen the name of the game? It's called Rift. You've got to expect rifts. But there's stuff called zone events, which happen, I don't know, it's quite frequent. I think it's every few hours. And hundreds of rifts and planar invasions will randomly spawn all over the map and start killing and attacking everything. And it's obviously the players' duties to come together and defeat all the rifts. Which is also one of the main things they said about this game before it was released, that this is a game to make people have to work with people they don't usually. Like, some people usually mind their own thing, and you can do that, but it's obviously going to be more challenging. But this game forces people to sort of band together to defeat certain rifts and bosses and stuff like that, which I like, because I've made a lot of my friends on here through just meeting up with them randomly and doing a quest something, and you can be on a quest and then it'll come up on your screen, there is a public group and you can join that group and get help off the other players obviously, and then obviously if you like each other and chat you can become friends. But it's going off the idea of this video a bit, but I have to quickly use this item on her. And I mean, I'm sort of thinking of things to talk about with the game wise. I mean, you can see when I started, my action bar looked like that, obviously without the number 2, and I had my basic spell. I had this, which most things get. This is my oh no, it's because of the class I am. I get this, which makes me teleport 15 meters forward, which is useful. I get these poisons. I get this, which is because of the race I am, and obviously that's the 10 drinks that I've got in my bag that I can drink to restore my health and stuff, and mana if I had any. But if you want to unlock more action bars, you just go to the settings, as you would in most games, and you go through this, and let's quickly turn auto loot on. There we go. And say I wanted another one there, it'd add 2 more. So that's pretty much how the interface looks. There is a lot more to it in depth. Like, you can obviously get add-ons stuff like that, which I actually have, but I've just got it over to my left screen because that's not relevant to the video. And I've leveled up again. Let's put all this in here. And I've got 2 new spells, which is Stealth and Spell Assassinate, which you can only use in Stealth. And wait, let's actually open the spell. But you've got this stuff called Survival and Fishing, which you already have, and you can look for all the different things. You've got Ascended Powers, which is like Breakthrough, which is like a PvP spell and stuff like that. Well, it's not just PvE, it can be useful for PvE, but it's best to use it in PvP because it gets you out of stuns and stuff like that. And for this quest, it just says use the Soul Cleanser, and it spawns a mob which you have to quickly kill. Hopefully it doesn't pull me out of stealth straight away, so I can do this Assassinate spell. If any of you are familiar with World of Warcraft, Assassinate's a bit like Ambush, where it's just like one quick hit and... oh no, I didn't get the chance to show you, I'll have to show you on another mob, but it does one quick hit and puts loads of damage out. But my main is actually the same class as this. I don't actually have a level 60 because I've only just rejoined. I leveled a rogue really quickly to 51, but it's on a different shard to this. I think I'm going to move it over. So I'm going to get that done. And right, so I've done that quest, and now I have to collect essences from something and fragments from another, which is really brief to say about it, but I just want to show you this Assassinate spell. So, there we go. Oh, that wasn't very... it was nice damage, obviously it was a good quarter of his health, but I've seen more come out of it. And just ignore this chat at the bottom. That's the channel I'm in for level 1 to 29s. But most people tend to stay in it even after they're level 29, just for the chat and stuff like that. There we go, that was like half of his health in one hit. But like I said before, I don't know what level I'm going to go to in this tutorial. I don't know how many quests I'm going to do. I've done a good few bunch of quests, but I have no idea how far I'm going to go. Probably go for a few more minutes, I'll do a couple more quests and I'll call it an episode. But I am planning on doing a video on character customization because there's just so much. I mean, it's just like you can even shape the face and everything like that. There's not a lot of games. I mean, there is games you can do that, but not a lot of MMORPGs where you can actually go into that much detail, make your character your actual own. And there's a thing in game called Stylist where if you don't like the character later in game, you can go and you can change your height, features and all that stuff for obviously a cost, which will cost you platinum or just gold and silver, because the rate of money on this is 100 silver is 1 gold, 100 gold is 1 platinum, and then just as many platinum as you want. And I think I might just call it an episode here, guys. This is just a little attack thing. I obviously have to talk to him when it launches a thing, that big robot thing there, and we made an attack. But this has just been, I wouldn't call it a tutorial. It's sort of been a guide on how the game looks. I mean, oh, excuse me. It just shows you the sort of the starter area. This has been a Defiant starter area, which if you are Defiant, you will choose. Yeah, that's the one, Defiant, not Defiant. So I have no idea. Yeah, Defiant. F Rogue. Obviously this is the area you'll start in, obviously you can keep going. As I said, you fight a major rift which is up there at the end, I believe it's up there, and then you teleport back and you're in the actual game and you start leveling, and if you end up level 6 here, you go to that zone, you won't be put back to level 1, you'll still be level 6, and obviously the mobs will be around that level and quests will too. If you like to grind, sometimes I like to grind a couple extra levels out of this area and get to level 8 or 9 before. But this has been TheoldAPL with this episode 1 of this sort of Rift guide for newcomers. Hope you enjoyed it and hoped it helped.